Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with my second update video for 75 Soft. We're almost done with this program, you guys. What day did I say this was ending? I'll have to look, but it's in the beginning of June. So I'll probably do one kind of finale video, but then I'm starting this again. I am keeping on the bandwagon. I actually just ordered a 75 Soft kind of tracker I want to share with you guys. So I will share that in like the intro, I guess, to the next session. Maybe I'll show you guys that. But what's been going on so far? I've read one more book since the last time we've sat down and chatted. I read Get Your Shit Together. It's here on the screen. This is a really quick audio book. It's like a 5-hour audio book, so I got through it relatively quickly. This book made me feel better about myself because there were so many tips in there that really were not relevant to me that I do in my day-to-day life. So it actually made me feel really good about where I'm at with a lot of things. There are some topics about health and weight loss and things like that and fitness routines. And so I tried to really pay attention. I paid attention to the whole book, but I felt like I took the most learnings from that section. There was a lot of budgeting and time management type of tips that I feel so proud that I don't really need. It's always good to have that reminder and refresher and have that constantly being, put into your brain, but it isn't something that I necessarily think I need to work on. So I felt good about that. There were some parts of the book that I didn't really love. I won't dive too much into that, but she kind of referenced people in 3 categories and she related them to the chipmunks, Alvin and the chipmunks. So you're either an Alvin, you're a Simon, or you're a Theodore. And as she was describing them, I was like, oh, I'm an Alvin for sure. And that I think was a really unique way to kind of connect you to the content and have you kind of identify as one of those characters and their personality traits and how they handle certain situations. As she was talking about different things that you can do to improve your life. So I really did like that. I felt definitely connected to what she was saying more in that way. So I read that. I've really been enjoying reading some kind of self-improvement books. So I will continue that, of course, because I'm going to finish 75 Soft and then I want to start it again. We'll see what happens after that, but I'm kind of thinking I want to try 75 Hard after that. We'll have to see how that goes, like in the latter half of the year, latter quarter of the year. Something that I've been doing really, really well since my last update, I have been unbelievably consistent in the gym. I have been going pretty much 7 days a week, targeting different body parts each time. So 2 days of the week I'm doing cardio, just an incline walk on the treadmill. 2 of the days I'm doing leg workouts, whether that's dumbbells or leg machines. And then the rest of the week I'm doing upper body arms, which is my favorite. And then I'm kind of going back and forth between what part of the arms I'm targeting. And I have had so much fun. Like right now I'm getting excited to go to the gym. So probably since the last time I really lost a substantial amount of weight. So I'm really hoping that motivation continues. I know there will be days I don't want to go and I can take a day, it's okay. But I feel really good for how consistent I have been. I'm going to the gym here in a couple of hours, so I'm really happy about that. Walking is getting harder only because of the weather. It's starting to get really hot here. And Rip, my dog, cannot be out in the heat. You can tell when it hits like 75, he looks at me and says, what the heck is this? So I've had to kind of rework my schedule a little bit so I can get my outdoor walk in the morning rather than the afternoon. And that's kind of what I was doing. So I've had to kind of make some adjustments to fit what our life looks like right now and what the weather is like. So working out has been really good. I've been really good on my meal prep. I'm trying to cut back on my food a little bit. I've noticed that I think I might be overeating some. So I'm cutting back on a few things. Like I'm trying to cut out coffee creamer right now and I'm meal prepping really well. So that has been going great. I need to cut back on kind of the in-between meal snacking. That is definitely a downfall for me, things like that. So I'm noticing it, and I've made a plan, and I'm implementing plans, and trying to cut back on that. So feeling good there. What else? Physique wise, I have not weighed again. I'm not gonna weigh until the very end, because the point for me is that I'm in the gym consistently, I'm eating healthy. Those are the things I want to focus on, and how do I feel? The weight will come, but sometimes when I focus too heavy on that, I get discouraged if the scale isn't moving in the direction that I want. So for the moment, I'm just sitting and waiting on that. So I will weigh at the end, and we'll see what that looks like. Physique wise, I'll put my current physique, and then I think I kept the video from like the intro video. If I remember, I'll try to put them side by side if I still have that clip. But I don't feel like I look a lot different. I feel leaner though. Like, I can tell I've lost weight, getting little baby biceps. I have been really focused on lifting, and so I can't necessarily see my body composition changing, but I can see, or I can feel my body just feels leaner. When you can tell that you've lost a little bit of weight, I'm feeling that right now. So that is awesome. I think that's all just like the quick updates I had. I vlogged already, so we'll jump into the vlog. But things are going fantastic, and I'm feeling really happy, really just grateful, and super proud of myself. Ignore my dishwasher in the background, but here's a breakfast that I've been eating. So this is a Kodiak protein waffle. I have just a little bit of real butter and a little bit of a cherry preserve. I have some raspberries, and then I have some turkey sausage, and I'm drinking coffee and got my water bottle. Okay, I wanted to show you my meal prep and really how easy I'm doing things right now. You don't have to overcomplicate healthy eating. I am learning that. I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm cooking some turkey burgers right now. I have 6 of them, so I'll make 6 meals. I was going through my pantry, and I was like, what do I have? I have a can of black beans. We'll add that to it. I have a bunch of these cups of minute rice. I have 2 of the basmati and then 4 of the jasmine. Is this the most economical way to add rice to your dishes? No. It'd be so much better for you cost-wise just to cook it, but these heat up for a minute in the microwave, and I love that they're pre-portioned. So we're gonna do that and dump those in too. And then I'm gonna see in my freezer what frozen veggie I have, and we're gonna add that. It's gonna be easy peasy. Okay, so each of these 6 containers, I have a turkey burger in each one of those cups of rice. I split the container of black beans into 6 servings here. And then in my freezer, I pulled out a bag of just like bird's eye frozen roasted carrots. You could do them in the oven, you could do them in the air fryer, but I just microwaved them and stuck them in here. Season however you want, letting these cool off, but I will probably eat these for lunch and dinner this week. And yeah, this took me maybe 30 minutes. Super basic, very, very simple. Anybody could do things like this. I mean, it's mainly the microwave that I used. And if I'm feeling really, I don't know, extra hungry or just want something extra, I might add a little avocado to this when I eat it. But yeah, that's my meal prep for the week. So I have recently started adding some cardio incline walking on the treadmill to my gym routine. I don't love it, but definitely getting my heart rate up, and hopefully will shred some pounds. I'm blending up a protein shake for breakfast, and I thought real quick I would just show you what I do. So I've got my little magic bullet. I just blended it. I used the Fairlife milk. I probably used like 12 ounces of it. Definitely was more than a cup. So about 20 grams of protein or so in a serving and a half just in the milk alone, which is fantastic. And then I did 1 scoop of the First Form Level 1 protein in milk chocolate. Their level 1 is their meal replacement protein, and then Formula 1 is like a post-workout type of protein. So 1 scoop of this is 37 grams. So if I'm calculating the milk semi-correctly, I have 57 grams of protein in this shake. I just added a little bit of ice to it just to get it cold, blended it up, and I've got my my Yellowstone tumbler. I need to go to the grocery, so I think I'm going to pour that in there. And yeah, really easy, high protein, super quick breakfast or meal replacement or snack. Let's see how many calories. 150 calories in a scoop of the protein, and then 80 calories plus, see, I had about 12 ounces, so let's say 120. So what is that, 270 calories with almost 60 grams of protein. I will take it. That is a great start to the day, and it will keep me full for quite a while. So I just got back from the grocery. I wanted to share just a really quick, easy grocery haul. I did not need much of anything, so this is definitely minimal. I got this bag of roasting vegetables, cauliflower, sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. That just looked really, really tasty. Other veggies I got, these little mini cucumber poppers. Thought that would be a good snack. Grabbed more of the Fairlife milk for protein shakes. A bag of avocados. I like these that come in the bags because they're normally pretty small, so I feel like I can eat a whole one. These tomatoes, like multicolored tomatoes, squash, and zucchini, I'm actually going to use for a stir-fry meal prep. Same with this stir-fry sauce, and so I will film and show you guys that in this video. Couple of bananas, as green as I could find them, so they'll last a little bit of time. This bag of mandarin oranges, look how large these are. Those just really intrigued me, and I don't have a lot of fruit right now, so got those. Better Oat steel cut oatmeal. These are 10 grams of protein, 170 calories for simple breakfast. I can pair a banana with it. This cookie granola from Purely Elizabeth. I don't eat a ton of granola because it can be fairly high in calorie, but I have some yogurt that I need to eat, and I thought that would be good with it. I just have to be mindful about how much of it I'm eating. A couple of these Ben's Original Ready Rice and Jasmine for quick meals. I'll use one of them for my meal prep. And then the half and half, just individual containers. These are 10 calories a container, and I have been trying to slowly get away from coffee creamer. And so right now I'm having my black coffee, a couple of the half and halves in there, and then a little bit of like a no calorie flavor pump. I can't think of what those are called. But that's actually been pretty good. And so eventually I need to get where I'm not having any type of creamer at all. But this, in my thought, is better than the super sugary processed coffee creamer I'm having. So got some more of that because I've been trying to make that adjustment. But yeah, I think I spent $55. So nothing crazy, just a small haul. Some things that I just need for the week. And like I said, some of this will go for a meal prep that I will share in this video. So I'm gonna start on some meal prep. What I'm gonna do is like a zucchini stir fry. I've actually showed this before, I filmed it before, but I'll show you again if you have not seen it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cube up both of those squash and both zucchini, so 4 squash total, I guess, right? And put them in a pan with just like a little bit of olive oil. I don't want to do too much olive oil and add too many calories, but a little bit of olive oil and then whatever seasoning you want. So I've got those cubed up and in a pan over medium-high heat. If you noticed, I picked out zucchini and squash that were approximately the same size. This is important because when you cube them, then they're approximately, if I can talk, the same size, and so they'll cook evenly. And then I put the Kent Rollins original seasoning on. Use whatever you have. There's no need to go buy something special. You don't need this. This is just basically like a salt, pepper, garlic, salt type of seasoning blend. Yeah, salt, spices, celery, garlic, lemon peel. It's just a kind of fancy all-purpose seasoning. So if you have anything similar or whatever floats your boat, season well with that. This definitely is the longest part of this process because the zucchini and squash take a while to cook down, but I will let these saute and then cook to your desired level of tenderness. I like them a little bit more tender, so I'll probably cook them for a little bit longer. So for meat, I'm doing this turkey smoked sausage. Now, technically, this is already cooked, so you really don't have to do much other than heat it up. I like to get it kind of like crispy and brown it. So I'm going to dice this up, or not dice, I'm gonna cut pieces of it. And then I'm going to brown that in a skillet. You don't need any oil or anything. There's plenty of fat in the sausage, but just to give it a little bit of a crust. So I've sliced that up, put it in a pan. This also is over medium-high heat. This will cook quicker than the zucchini and squash, so watch it, and then cook to your desired level of, brownness. I like it to be a little bit darker. I think it has a nice flavor when it has a little bit of a char in it, so I'll show you what that looks like. And then for carbs, I am heating up, we're doing real easy today, one of these packages of the Ben's Original Ready Rice. It's a 90-second microwavable rice, and I think it goes really well in here, so I'm gonna stick this guy in the microwave, and honestly, that's pretty much it. It's very, very simple. So it's been about 15 minutes. I ended up turning the heat down to medium, and you can see how much this has reduced. So that one I think is pretty much done. Sausage is browning up nicely, and again, I did turn the heat down on this one as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the sausage and the rice to this pan and let that kind of cook together a little bit. So I've mixed all that in. Again, we're still over medium heat and I'm letting that cook together. Last step is I'm going to add some sauce. I'm adding this stir-fry sauce. I have added tons of different sauces in the past. It just depends on what you have on hand, and I bought this new today. This is where you definitely have to be careful though, because you can add a lot of calories really quick. So I might do like a fourth of this bottle, third or fourth of it. We'll see, but just enough to kind of add a little bit of a glaze, but not overdo it. So kind of give it that stir fry flavor without being like too saturated in a high caloric sauce. I don't know if you can see the line, but I poured that much in, so about a third of the bottle, and I'm gonna mix that in and I'm gonna let it just cook for a few minutes and then put it in my meal containers. Okay, so I split that up into 4 meals, which is kind of what I was hoping for, about a squash or zucchini per meal, so there we go. I'm gonna let these cool and then they're ready to eat. That could not be easier, and it took me like 25 minutes. So simple, it's really good. And now I have a healthy meal ready to go. I think I will end the vlog there. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the meals I'm having, just kind of my update chit chat, my little grocery haul, all of the above. Thank you guys so much for being here. Keep it up if you're doing this journey with me or any sort of weight loss journey. Keep it up, we can do it. And I will be back in a couple of weeks with kind of my first round of 75 soft results, I guess. We'll get on the scale. We'll see what weight I have lost. Hopefully a good couple pounds. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.